Hey guys, it's that time again. Today we're talking about the Charlotte market update for July, and things are looking better out there for you buyers. And when we come back, we'll break it all down. So stick around. Welcome back to my channel. My name is Brian Taylor and I'm the owner of Dreamline Realty in Charlotte, North Carolina. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, go ahead and click that subscribe button below and then click that bell so you'll be notified when new videos are released every week. Alright, so the July data is out and some things are starting to shift just a little bit. And if you haven't watched my video from last week, you may want to check that one out as I go into more detail about 4 key indicators. So again, the data we are looking at today covers the entire Charlotte region, including 12 counties around the Charlotte area in North Carolina and 4 counties in South Carolina. And remember, the data that we're talking about is through June, so it's always 1 month in arrears. So let's go ahead and dig right in. The first thing we'll look at is new listings, and this is one piece of data that is continually bringing good news for buyers. So new listings were up 5.2% year over year, and this is the second month in a row that we have seen this increase in new listings. So that's great news for buyers because they're starting to have more choices, which is going to help out these fierce bidding wars that we've all been hearing about. However, we're still a long way from getting back to a normal market, so any increases in listings certainly is a step in the right direction. And next is pending sales. Pending sales were up just 1% over last year's numbers, but up 8.2% year to date. And this is actually a decrease from last month and from year-to-date numbers in 2020. So this is an indication that things may be starting to cool down just a bit. And following the same trend is closed sales. So closed sales were down 10.5% from last year, further strengthening the case that the market is starting to shift and cool down just a little bit. So moving on, let's talk about days on the market, which currently stands at 14 days. And this hasn't moved much in the last couple of months. So even though we have indications of a small slowdown in the market, the serious buyers are still buying these houses just as quick as they ever were, and we are still seeing these multiple offer situations as well. So next, let's talk about average list price. So the average list price sits at $396,835, which is an increase of $31,000 from a year ago. But when we look back to 2019, that's an actual increase of $79,000. So sellers right now are still enjoying some serious equity gains. And since the average list price has risen, naturally we should also see the same type of increase for average sales prices, and we do. The average sales price has topped $400,000, and looking back again to 2019, that's an increase of $89,000 in just 2 years. And that takes us to the percent of list price received, and this number continues to rise. So sellers are still getting well above asking price in most cases, and on average that equates to sellers getting 101.8% of what they asked for their house. And we'll likely see this number continue to rise for at least the next several months for sure. And here's where things have changed. Inventory of homes for sale in July was 4,073, which is still a decrease of 42% from last year. However, in May of this year, the inventory of houses for sale was only 3,104. So in just 2 months, that's an increase of 900 new homes that have hit the market. And again, that's great news for buyers. And speaking of inventory, the months of supply has increased again to 0.8 months. So last month we were at 0.7 months, and back in March, we were only at 0.5 months. So again, another sign that we are starting to turn the corner. All right, there you go. That is the July 2021 market update. I'd love to have a conversation if you'd like to dive into these stats in more detail, or if you would like our help and advice, our contact information is in the description below. And you may want to check out my last video where I go into further detail about the market shift that we're seeing. Make it a great day.